what they need against this composition as well, because there is so much push available to Jin Air at the moment with all of the wave clear that they have in so many lanes.
And kind of the amusing thing for Kongdoo is they have the Gragas Orianna, which used to be, you know, back when we were casting together in LPL, the ultimate anti-synergy, because explosive cast spreads people out, and the Shockwave wants to bring people in. But now, because you have the mini stun on the body slam, you can be a really good ball carrier because you're stunned for that 1 second of the Shockwave cast time. So it still can be relevant, but very strong wave clear on both sides means that don't necessarily sit too far forward. Get back in the chair, get comfortable, OGN Legion and you and I, Atlas, because this one could be a long one.
Although, I mean, we do have a Lee Sin coming out here, so could be an opportunity to capitalize on some of those pushing lanes.
It's Jin Air. It's your first Jin Air series. There's no silver lining. We're going long, boys.
Look, I'm always looking for a silver lining, Papa Smithy. That is me. My optimism cannot be cured. We've tried it before. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the Rift for game number 1.
Picks up his first buy, his first Hextech upgrade. They could have 3 pushing lanes, which would be a big concern for Raze in the laning phase.
We were actually... What the heck was that? Snowflower with the first blood solo kill off to the side.
Okay, the Snowflower to get in range for a flash ult. Speaking of flash ults.
Yeah, Punch just going to safeguard over. Really nice shockwave from Edge. Gives the ball over to the Lee Sin, and that's an easy kill. So evening it out does Kongdoo. The first brick, like you said, goes over to Jin Air immediately.
Despite being a squishy AD carry in many ways, he's safer. Speaking of safety, none here for Roach.
Yes, Snowflower actually just going to ult him straight up. The exhaust goes down. He's still tanking this turret. There's the flash as Roach tries to get something, but no. Teddy's going to be able to grab that kill. Punch is getting a red buff steal off the other side, but it's another turret going over to Jin Air. Jin Air do look like they really want to try and contest with this. Arrow flies forward. Edge clipped from the side as there's the safeguard to try and keep him alive. He gets out as there's the shockwave onto only Raze, but they secure the kill. Sol now trying to get his damage round from the side, but look at this. Punch frontlining beautifully. Snowflower is going to go down as Teddy gets polymorphed. He's going to get smacked apart as well, and a double kill comes in for Sol as Kuzan says, team, what was happening?
And there's a teleport coming in. It's going to come in looking for the turret dive here.
Yeah, look at the bottom lane as Snowflower is going to get caught by that Chains of Corruption. Teddy staying close as Roach will be able to body slam his way over. There's the explosive cast, but Teddy still able to get into a decent position. Raze here as well as Punch is going to get ulted up and destroyed. They trade out Snowflower, but that's 2 kills already over to Jin Air. Roach still tanking up a lot of damage, but tanky is exactly what he is. They should be able to actually get some priority on this turret, although the minion wave does fall down. And
it's 2 kills in a 4v5. Kongdoo, unfortunately, misjudged the situation. Snowflower still relevant despite being focused down. Intentional feeding's not allowed. Riot have said very clearly.
I'm not going to report them. I feel like they're making a stand. They're intentionally feeding because they're not feeling like they're being treated like the other people on
7
the
years of sobriety as the Baron's getting low.
It's actually going to be taken here as Raze is going to be able to lock that one down. Roach as well altered, so big tank removed now from the map. Collateral damage sneaks in between both Guga and Sol, so no damage on me, but look, it exists on the internet somewhere as there's the inside track being gained here by Jin Air. That takes a lot of damage, that turret, as Roach gets ulted. Can't actually engage anything, and another minion wave now to crash down. Meanwhile, Sowan on the top side of the map, and you can't leave a Jace on his own to take down these turrets because he will do so. Punch just gets destroyed. There's the damage from Kuzan once again. That is going to be a hula hoop to remove minions.
Probably the highest priority lane to push in. We remember it being 20% HP about 4 or 5 minutes ago, so it's probably sitting around 50% with the turret regen. Is looking for a pick.
Yep, Punch is going to get picked off as well. That was a lot of health gone in a very short amount of time. Chaos Storm was used though.
And then they can keep their base up.
Yeah, Baron-empowered super minions as well. They hit super fast as these inhibitor turrets starting to fall. Look at the health bars evaporating. Roach cannot tank anything up. Sol has to flash himself out, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be enough. Raze well and truly up in the faces of them. Roach lasts a long time, but eventually falls, and the turrets also get taken down. The Nexus falls now as well as Jin Air take down Kongdoo, now 1-0.
Game 1, and we can't really be too much wavy fingery about the team. That's right, wavy fingery about the team.
That's brilliant. I'm going to use that one.
You have to be careful with that one. It can go dark places if you mess it up.
Well, we'll see. See what I can do with my attempt at wavy fingery. Is Punch back on the Lee Sin. We'll see whether he has a better performance this time. Had some trouble in his jungle last time around, but maybe not going to be so much of an issue without the Malzahar to contend with that interesting start.
Not a lot of action in the mid lane. The wave clear between the two, unless the junglers become involved, and then Paris and Ashe, a strong wave clear in the bot lane as well. It seems like at least this time, there's no big wave clear discrepancy. Both teams, apart from the Victor pre-Hex score, are in a good spot wave clear-wise, so that should mean that the jungler that has the most initiative in the early game, or the team that sets up best around their level 1, could grab a pretty significant lead.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting. I mean, our AD carries have switched over, changed them up, but these supports are very, very different. So we'll see whether that is what's going to make the change that either of these teams need to try and get things done in the early game. But ladies and gentlemen, game 2 happening right now. Nature of this lane, but it's not a good news story. It's showing how much pressure Jeanette already have on this side of the map.
And Punch might have actually gotten around that vision.
Yeah, a lot of damage here as there's the flash into the root. Still gets Teddy after the flash. Double exhaust come out as Teddy is so low. Another auto attack will come in and it'll be Punch that grabs the kill, and nicely done there to save this bottom lane.
Yeah, Snowflower tried the conga line approach, wanted to stop there being any Q from the Lee Sin, but not enough. Really creative pathing around the vision cone means that Punch wasn't spotted in.
Learn to entertain. It's not true.
This could be some actual Rift entertainment.
Well, yeah, Teddy caught well and truly out of position. Good chance of corruption. Will be able to get the stun on a Punch there as well, but Roach gets forward, smacks him down, and Gruger is going to be able to pick up that kill.
Kongdoo Monster are rocking it old school, making the smart play with the turret dive we see time and time again from the best teams. They also have a big lead in turret damage, so First Blood, big check mark there. First Blood turret, big check mark there as well. But teleport was wasted unless they get an objective, and that's why you see Ixu persisting. They want something as Raze is caught.
Yeah, it doesn't have the flash, remember, used it to try and get that cocoon out, but Punch now looking for that Sonic Wave is just going to flash kick, and that's going to close the gap. Brilliant repel, but it isn't going to be enough. Punch is just going to hit him in the head with his namesake. Gravity Field goes down for the disengage, so builds effectively.
But Ixu has the cloth armor power spike.
Oh, and the of course, Potion Power Spike as well.
Very nice repel from Raze.
Yeah, gets himself over to the side. There's Punch actually going to get caught by a lot of CC. The flash from Snowflower as well to guarantee the root. They do get it, but that's a fantastic disengage. Kuzan comes in from the side as Ixu may be a little bit late to this fight. And the teleport to come in from Roach. Here's the re-engage as the Twisted advance onto Snowflower. They want to pick him off. Good stun lands as Guga is going to get protected by the command. And that is going to be 2 kills already here for Kongdoo Monster, who just feel too far ahead despite the low health bars. Yeah, and that was a fantastic gravity field there as well as Ixu gets himself out. Arrow's going to land, but it's onto the big tanky Nautilus. He should be able to be taken down as the Strength of Thorns is there. Fantastic shield as there's the Shockwave. Gets 2 people. Kuzan in the wrong position and already 2 kills there for Kongdoo Monster as the fight starts off in earnest. Teddy trying to kite this one out, but it's a double kill now for the Maokai. Raze has to get himself up into the sky as he flashes his way out. Edge flashes after him though, and that's going to mean the kill. So Kongdoo Monster do manage to get some revenge back in a 4-for-1 trade. Position to get a pick as people are walking through, but Kongdoo Monster not going to make that mistake this time around. Arrow's going to land onto Kuzan, not what he wanted. Immediately blown up as it's a decent ultimate into the backline, but that's the double kill for Edge as the Shockwave just eliminates Teddy. Ixu has to try and find his way out, and there's no wave clear remaining really here on the side of Jin Air, and should spell the breaking of the base for Kongdoo Monster.
And this is the Kongdoo we see so sparingly, but very, very clean. Excellent arrow, then the kick flash gets both the EPSs down. They're even looking to tank up the tanks, but they'll be able to take the inhibitor turret, no problem.
Yeah, all too easy, and it's exactly what you said. The Twisted Advance came down, nothing that they could do about it with Roach disrupting anyone that was trying to contest, and this Nexus turret's going to fall down. Can they actually finish the game here on the side of Kongdoo Monster as Punch goes in aggressive? Not too many respawns coming in all too soon as it's still 10 seconds on everyone. Raze falls down, this Nexus turret's going to fall, and now the Nexus to go down, so Kongdoo Monster going to even out the series in very similar fashion to how they lost to Jin Air in game number 1.
And if Kongdoo could 2-0 them in terms of match score in this regular season.
Yeah, and it feels like both of these teams are going for a similar identity in what their comps want to do, and just Kongdoo's does it a little bit better. Lots of non-committal CC to fly out as well with things like the Cocoon. As you can see, Punch now going to be wielding that Elise. But it seems like a step back into comfort here for Jin Air, with that Jin coming in for Teddy as most played champion, and of course Kuzan on his Corki. Both of these players pretty happy with what they have as far as being able to know exactly what they're going to do in this situation.
And while I'm a bigger fan of Kongdoo's draft, it could still just be a snowball win from the side of Jin Air, of Kongdoo's draft. The Jin Air still does have power in the early game. One item Trinity Force, Rumble with 2 Magic Pen items. This could still be Jin Air completely obliterating Kongdoo, but I think if you run this draft 10 times I think that Kongdoo's draft with equally skilled players wins out more often, so I like Kongdoo's side, but just like it's often with 9 vs 10, it's pretty even.
Yeah, and we'll see exactly what is going to happen as we hop onto the Rift for the final game between Jin Air and Kongdoo Monster. Back from these early advantages that Jin Air might be able to pick up. Fantastic Glacial Fissure though, and there's the land on the ultimate from Soul at the same time. Stand behind me gets him in, and immediately Kongdoo Monster collapsed. Massive damage from Edge, and that's going to be first blood going over to Soul. Immediately answered as Roach does get himself in there. Umti has to flash, and my god! Kongdoo Monster come back with a vengeance. 4 kills immediately at 14 minutes. Not entirely sure what a Wild Breath actually is. I believe it's based on where the breath occurs. Thrill the Hunt does go off, saving me from that stupid line of thought. Equalizer, fantastic position. There's the curtain call as well, as that's going to land. Sowan's going to pick up the first kill onto Guga. Edge cops the big one, but look, Roach still pushing on the bottom side of the map. That is one pick. Abyssal Voyage is going to get them down here.
He's going Rambo!
Low health bars. Oh my god, thank goodness for the exhaust. The Snowflower eats the Jace, doesn't want to spit him out because that's going to spell his death, and almost 2, as Edge is just going to get destroyed by Kuzan. Jin Air turning this around to the best of their ability. They're still behind, but it's looking so much better now.
Yeah, off screen it looked like Edge was caught as he was going to make a Weaver's Wall play in the bot lane. DPS down by finally the Trinity Force coming through from Kuzan. So signs of life from both teams. Kongdoo with a good early start, but Jin Air still in with a battle, that's for sure. And now we all take a step back. About as even as you could hope for, given that the snowball had happened in both Game 1 and Game 2, although...
Oh, Kuzan maybe wasn't banking on having 2 people here, as Guga, that Unbreakable was fantastic, but Teddy's going to be able to pick up that kill. Now chasing after Guga, but no bullets in the chamber, and Punch is going to turn up and deter them from going after the extra kill.
Weaver's Wall could be thrown here just to get the last bit of damage onto the turret. Looks like that's what Edge wants to do.
Well, Equalizer's going to come in, Thriller Hunt goes off. Soul is the one that's hit up and immediately destroyed by the Flame Spitter. Oh dear, Punch most certainly dead as Guga eliminated on the backside from Umpty. Thrill the Hunt used just to grab an extra kill, and that is a lot of people dead for nothing on the side of Jin Air. What can they do with it though? And it's going to be a focus as Roach is looking for Kuzan, uses the Valkyrie, but that is all his options. Exhausted now that that flash is down, but in goes Snowflower. They do manage to get the mid laner, but can actually Jin Air find something? Guga jumps on top, Umpty uses Roach to get himself out. Snowflower actually grabs that kill. Curtain Call from a great position right on the edge as Guga tanks up the last bullet, but does flash himself to safety. It is a 2-for-1 so far as Teddy gets ulted off to the back end, but Piercing Arrow is not going to be enough to take him down, and it looks like Jin Air are going to get the better of this.
It's sort of game where you wouldn't see Play the Ruin King Ashe come through from Prey. Wow, as Soul takes so much damage.
Yeah, and there's the flash over immediate. Zhonya's with the Flame Spitter. This is all she wrote. Kongdoo lose 3 immediately with a fantastic play. Make that 4. Wait, there it is. Just a delayed 3, and the next inhibitor is going to fall. Bottom lane goes down now, only Edge and Roach to try and stave off the Jin Air Green Wings. They've got a lot of damage. Weaver's Wall does catch out Umpty, but it looks like they're just looking for this turret. Snowflower is just going to lap up his jungler, spin him over the wall. They're now looking for that final turret before this Nexus is going to fall down. Roach, he may even fall beforehand as well. There's the flash. Teddy grabs it with a big crit. This last Nexus turret, and Jin Air Green Wings, it was a long one. They are going to be able to take down Kongdoo Monster and secure the second last spot.
38 minutes what it takes for Jin Air to finally answer Kongdoo's win over them in the first series. 3-3 for the two teams over the course of the season.